Hello there! Today I wanted to talk about a book that I recently reread. If you've been around my channel for a little while, you've probably heard me talk about The Perks of Being a Wallflower at some point. 4 years ago, the summer before I was about to start high school, I read this book for the first time, and this was the time that the movie was about to come out. It was becoming pretty mainstream. We had Logan Lerman and Emma Watson. Many of us discovered our love for Ezra Miller. And this book really had an effect on me right before I went into high school, and then I sort of was able to carry a lot of that into my freshman year. There was lots of introspection, a lot of parallels between the characters and my own life with my friends and the friends that I was making. So as I was a senior last year, I thought a lot about how the way that I identified with the characters had really progressed. You know, I still have my moments. When you meet me, you probably will think I am an extrovert. When you really get to know me, you'll probably think I'm an introvert. I used to be a little bit more awkward in that sense. Anyway, I wanted to go back and watch the video that I made when I was 14 years old and I just read this book. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to watch my book review. I have a book review and a movie review. I think I'm just gonna watch the book review.
I'm in love with the book.
Shut up.
I'm
annoyed with this already.
They kind of take Charlie under. They become friends with him and expose him to a bunch of different stuff. And it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy.
That was one of the biggest things I enjoyed about being a senior, was how freshman year, even sophomore and junior year, there were always the leaders in the school. You know, there was always kind of someone to look up to. Senior year, suddenly everyone else in the school is younger than you and people look up to you, and suddenly you're in charge of the clubs you've been involved in. This guy that I'm watching had no concept of that and was really just only ever looking up to people. And I would imagine something similar happened with Charlie's character.
It's never really said what's wrong with him, but there's things that go on in his life that affect him in ways that he doesn't even know until the end. He cries a lot and has a hard time doing things for himself. He's constantly trying to please other people, which I found very relatable. I think the relationships he had...
Yes, I was such a people pleaser. This is something that I remember Amy Poehler in her memoir discussing this. How as you get older, it starts to matter a whole lot less what anyone else is thinking or saying or doing in regards to you. You sort of learn to just do your own thing. And I would say that there's a similar evolution in high school. Freshman year, a lot of people, myself included, just wanted to be everyone's friend, did not want any conflict or their views to be known by anyone. It can be difficult because it's you think that the people you interact with are going to change your entire high school experience, which sometimes that can happen. But then you get older and you realize that if you're not sharing those things, people are gonna start to like you for someone that you're not. And that sucks too. This video is becoming high school advice. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
I think it was written beautifully and my heart really went out to the characters.
Shut
Even
up.
the last paragraph, it just makes you want to cry and go out and live life. If you've read it, you know what I mean. Everything that happens is super...
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, I have to talk about this because this is something that definitely carried throughout high school. The We Were Infinite moment. I have had several emotional drives with friends. We'll play music really loud, whether we're playing Heroes by David Bowie or a song that's just kind of personal and important to us. We'll find a viaduct in town or even just go out to country roads, and one of us will stand up at the sunroof and do the thing. Totally Perks inspired. It's so weird to think about that. I feel like that also just taught me about that feeling of adrenaline and exhilaration, which really just translates to being around people you love or creating something that you're really proud of. A lot of times when I would have those moments where I just want to run in circles in my basement and play music, I think about the scene in the movie too with Emma Watson. And I think about watching the version of the movie with the director's commentary and hearing about the night that they shot that too and how cool that was.
I've watched the trailer about 1 billion times.
Yeah.
No shame.
My cousin and I used to always watch the trailer with that Imagine Dragons song and we would get so hyped. That's all I really want to watch of that video, but I'll leave the link in the description if you would like to experience the whole thing. You don't need to though. That is really strange to watch right now. That person was so different. There are so many experiences that have shaped the way I am. And truthfully, a big part of high school for me, things that shaped me, I would say Perks of Being a Wallflower, VidCon, like really. First VidCon I went to changed my life. The second one changed my life because I got to speak on a panel. The third one, I mean, it was just fun. And then I didn't go this year, but I'll be there next year anyway. And my friends, the people I met. Every time, at some point in friendship, when there would be like a group of friends, or even if it's just like two people, it would be like, you're the Sam to my Patrick, or like, you're the Sam to my Charlie, or like, I don't know, you're my Mary Elizabeth. Like, all of my friends tend to have some sort of understanding, even if they haven't read the book, just the importance of this story to me, because it was something that I talked about also for so long. Rereading this book, I feel a strange sense of like saying goodbye to these characters and the story. The way the book ends, it's a way that the reader sort of wants a sequel, but Charlie states that my life will go on, and if you don't hear from me, please just know that things are okay, and I will know the same thing about you. When I closed the book as a 17-year-old, I'm 18 now, but I was 17 when I reread it as a senior in high school, I was like, wow, all of that's really over. Like, really, really over. It is sad. It's like, I mean, it's not like the book will disappear, but the truth is I'm probably not going to reread it for a long time if I ever do. It really is something that stuck with me all 4 years of high school and really shaped the way that I handled situations and the way that I dealt with people in my life, and the way the English teacher also, Bill, his relationship with his English teacher. I connected that way with a lot of different teachers in my life. You know, there's a lot of opportunity when you meet a teacher or like an administrator in your school who really understands you and connects with you. If you have not read The Perks of Being a Wallflower, I strongly encourage you to do so. You may not get that much out of it, but even if you don't, you'll still just have a good time reading it. And it's a really good story. When I met Stephen Chbosky as a freshman, he was in my area, probably promoting the movie, but it was kind of this lunch event, so I got to sit down and like eat with him and talk with him about the book, which was really crazy. But that was kind of when I didn't know how to talk to authors, so I was just like, hi. But I do have this copy signed, which is why I have not replaced it like with a hardcover. There were parts of the book that I had underlined, I remember, so I remember that he signed one. Oh, there it is. Charlie, we accept the love we think we deserve. Wow. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you relate or you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys very soon with another video, and have a good one. Goodbye!